Hi kids, it's Mr. Bruce. Today's book is The Littlest Pilgrim. The Pilgrims are the people that came over long, long ago across the ocean in wooden boats so they could live in America. We remember talking about them at Thanksgiving. And this is called Minnie. She's the littlest of the pilgrims. But before we start, eyes watching, ears listening, voices quiet, body calm. Minnie was a pilgrim, and she lived in a little village just like this in the old days. There were many pilgrims like her, but of all of them, Minnie, well, she was the smallest. Even though she was small, she always tried to help. There she was, picking up apples for the neighbors. One day, she said, "Today, I'm going to be extra special to my village." Minnie found her big brother by the side of the house, and he was stocking logs to save up for the winter when it got cold and snowy so they could stay warm. She picked up a couple of twigs and said, "Look, brother, I'm helping." But he was so busy stacking his logs, he didn't even notice her. Minnie went inside the house, and she found her sister was sitting down getting ready to sew a dress. The pilgrims made their own clothes. Minnie said, "I'm ready to sew." And her sister said, "Oh, I'm sorry, Minnie. You're too little to help with the sewing. Maybe you could help Mom." She went outside to help her mother, and she was sitting at the oven getting ready to bake the bread. She put the cup inside the big barrel of sugar and said, "Look, Mama, I'm helping." But Minnie's mother was so busy kneading the bread, she didn't even hear her. Next, Minnie went outside to find her father. He was ready to go out into the woods and hunt for food. "Sorry, Minnie. You're too little to go hunting," Minnie's father said when he saw her. "Why don't you go pick some berries for us to eat out in the berry patch? That'd be helpful." As Minnie walked towards the berry bushes, she spotted her neighbor. He was fixing the door on his house with a hammer and some nails. She picked up a nail he dropped and said, "Here I am. I can help." "Sorry, Minnie. Thanks for the nail, but this is too big a job. You're way too small." Minnie wandered through the village with nothing to do. She was sad. She just wanted to help, but everybody was too busy to notice her, or they thought the jobs were too big or she was too small. It wasn't fair being the littlest girl in the village. She walked towards the water, and she saw some boys from the village, and they were down by the river fishing. "Can I help you fish?" she asked. And the boys laughed. "Sorry, Minnie. You're too little to go fishing." Boy, it seems like she was too little to do anything, huh? Minnie was now very sad. Why would no one let her help? Minnie knew there had to be something special she could do. She just couldn't think of it. She could help, even if she was little, like a little bug or a snail. Minnie started to walk home and saw some berries along the way. As she picked them, she thought she heard something rustling in the leaves. She moved closer to get a better look. What's that in the leaves? And there, on the edge of the forest, was a little girl, a native girl, who lived there. And she was little, just like me, Minnie thought. "Hello," said Minnie. "My name's Minnie. What's your name?" The girl stood and looked at Minnie. She didn't say a word. Then Minnie remembered the berry she had in her hand. She said, "Would you like a berry?" At first, the girl just stared at Minnie. She didn't know how to speak English. They spoke a different language. But soon, she knew what she wanted, and she had a very big smile on her face. Lily was too little to do many things, but she was not too little to make a new friend. The end. Yay. Well, here's my question. If you lived in that village and you were a little pilgrim, what would your special chore be to help? Can you think of something you could do to help your parents or the people in the village? Okay, give it some thought. I'll be back tomorrow. Until then, be good to your folks and wash your hands. Vaya con Dios.